Welcome. This is your Tuesday edition of Afternoon Idle. My name is Andrew. I'm a certified mindfulness meditation coach in the Unified Mindfulness System. You can find out more about at unifiedmindfulness.com. I am many things, but I am not a licensed mental health professional or therapist. So we're going to explore today a technique where we're going to take we have three categories in unified mindfulness that we look at as far as how we meet experience, and that's see, hear, and feel. Each of them have an inner and outer component, and today we're going to do focus in. So we'll focus in on see in, hear in, and feel in. So in see in, we're looking at the mental image component of experience. In hear in, we are noticing and listening to the mental talk aspect, and in feel in, we're being aware of what's going on and what we're feeling in the emotional body. And so together, those three are a way for us to look at the inner experience of what's going on. And being able to get a baseline for this is really helpful in helping the way that you show up in the world. So we talk about by mindfulness, whenever you're doing a technique, you're training the three skills: concentration, clarity, and equanimity. In equanimity, we are looking at how you are allowing your experience to be however it is, not pushing anything away, but not pulling or holding on to a particular experience as well. As Jeff Warren says, there's an inner smoothness to this. So that is from the sort of looking at the skills as our meditation muscles. That's the smoothness muscle. So that's defined particularly on our inner experience. That is not to say that you should not push or pull on your outer world in a way that is appropriate for being able to defend yourself and stand up for yourself, or to represent others in a particular way. And focus in, I think it really helps us to be highly aware of what's going on in our experience. And in doing so, it doesn't fix anything necessarily, but it helps us alter our relationship to things that activate us or things that maybe have triggered us overall. And we begin to have a notion of kind of what's going on. So we get a baseline over time. And so practicing this focus in technique helps us to see sort of day to day what things are like. So we're going to take this technique and we're going to plop it into the front part of a 15-minute contrast sit. We're contrasting doing something with doing nothing. So the notion here is that we'll have a something technique. This is the noting technique that we'll employ with focus in. So our focus range for focus in is see in, hear in, feel in. If you have multiple categories active at one point, you can just pick one, no big deal. I'll offer that maybe there's a chance that you'll have no activation in all three categories. You can feel free to notice that and then soak your attention in and label that as rest. You can also label rest in any of the three categories, totally fine. And then we're comparing that with this alternative way of meeting our experience when in a seated posture. In essence, just sitting, just being in the moment. So you're not employing any technique. You're allowing whatever is showing up to show up. You're not directing or orchestrating your attention. You're just there in this sort of open, receiving kind of way. You can also think of this as choiceless awareness. In other words, your awareness is going wherever it wants, almost in a sort of free range kind of quality. And in doing that, you're still aware. There's still a knowing of what's kind of going on, but there's no direction or orchestration or controlling to that. So that's where we're headed. So we'll have about 15 minutes together. Just pause for a moment. If you need to get situated, you want to adopt a posture that helps you to be both relaxed and alert. I can think upright and dignified as other ways of exemplifying what that posture is calling to mind. And if you need or want some postural clues in how to position your body, you ideally want the shoulders over the hips, the nose is aligned with the navel. You can experiment with the tilt of the chin, maybe perhaps a little towards the sternum. And each of us holds tension in different ways in different parts of the body. Just exploring where tension might be and then seeing if the noticing helps it to melt or release. And if it doesn't, this is our first opportunity to bring a no big deal attitude towards our sit. And then we begin 3 or 4 conscious, deliberate breaths, if possible, in through the nose and out through the nose. And slow and low is the tempo that we're aiming for here. Breathing in slow helps us to fill lower into the lungs, and filling that lower portion of the lungs helps us to cue to the nervous system that it's okay to switch into a rest and relax mode. So again, our focus range for the beginning part of our sit. See in, hear in, feel in. Knowing that our attention will wander outside the focus range and just with care bringing the attention back. Doing so again and again, as many times as necessary. So we notice where the attention is. Soak the attention into that sensation and then label it appropriately. Either see, hear, or feel. And before I set you out to explore on your own here, just one more reminder that you can notice rest in one or all of the categories. So if that's the case, you can always notice that and label it rest. So explore, focus in. So you may notice when you've pulled your attention away and bring your attention back, there's maybe commentary about the fact that your attention was drawn away, or there's a commentary and then a sense in the body. Part of the elegance of Focus In is that we can non-judgmentally turn the attention towards that arising. And feel in and herein may arise so entwined that we're not aware of the separation at first. So no big deal. So again, if you have activation in 2 or more categories, just label one of them. No one's keeping score. Keep going. All right, you made it. So having no way as way, using no technique as technique, we explore do nothing. Again, our stance is one that allows the attention to be free range, roaming wherever it would like. Not controlling, not directing, not orchestrating. Just receiving. So if you have a loop of what good is doing nothing playing in the background, just noting allowing the thoughts to go wherever they want and to roam is a way of putting those thoughts and what's going on in the background. You can think of that as background equanimity, or we're a quantumizing experience. And if nothing else, we're proving Blaise Pascal wrong, and that we can sit and be in a room by ourselves, and it's no big deal. If your eyes have been closed, I invite you to open them, reconnect to your surroundings. Thank you for your practice. Thank you for spending 20 plus minutes with me. Thank you for making it to the meditation seat. That's really all that is needed by the practice. Just make it there. So I have a sleeping puppy next to me, so I'm trying to, for once, modulate my my speech a bit. If you heard the bark there in the do nothing practice, that was a sleep bark. So I hope it's pleasant dreams. So this was your Tuesday. Have a great Tuesday, and I will see you Wednesday with another afternoon idol.